and it took me a little while, but then I think I finally just one day I had went to go give my testimony. It was actually the second time, and they took me by myself somewhere far in the dark at night. Well, it was like 5, but I didn't know. I was still so new that I didn't know. I was like, can they do this? Can they just take you?
Yeah.
And I went, and she said I was the only one giving my testimony, and I needed to talk for like 30 minutes, and I was like, what?
Oh, you didn't realize you could.
Yeah, and I went up there, and I started speaking, and it just came out. I was like, I had her in the heart.
God,
and ever since then, I think then the healing starts.
Once you talk about it,
started.
once you start speaking that and comes out,
yeah,
it kind of heals you, doesn't it?
Yes, and so I mean, and with that came a lawyer, because since I've been gone so long, and to help me, to try to reconnect with her, and there's just so much support here, and then, the whole them teaching me that I am loved by Jesus,
worthy,
and that
yes, honey.
I'm forgiven.
You're not a little throwaway. You're worthy.
Yes.
Very worthy. God loves you very much.
Yeah.
And loves you for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, so.
Thank God. I'm so happy for you. So happy for you. You're going to be okay. Aren't you?
Yes.
I know. Isn't that great?
I'm going to be okay.
Isn't that great?
Yes, it's good news.
Now, do you see your little girl?
Well, that's what we're
at all? I mean,
in the process of doing right now.
Good.
I could, because
Good.
I haven't lost custody or anything, but I just really want to do everything kind of legally.
Kind of legally and slowly. I mean, how long's it been since you've seen her?
Like 6 years.
Okay, 6 years. Well,
and plus she's 15. So, I mean, they say, at this age, I could even just like call on a Tuesday and she's not going to be happy. So it doesn't really, matter.
But
I don't
it doesn't
know.
matter when you see her, as long as you.
I just don't know how she's going to feel.
Well, don't worry about how she feels. You worry about, no, really. I'm just saying, you need to say to her, your mom was messed up, and I'm fixed now. I'm being fixed. I'm going to be okay. I'm healed, and God is helping me. And would you just let's become friends and get to know each other? Just kind of say it like that. Just say, let's get to know each other. Could we do that? Say, I know you don't know me as your mom, but I'm your mom, and I'll always be your mom, and I'll always love you, and I always have loved you. Just talk to her like that. Because I know what it's like, because my kids, were with me for most of their life. So it's emotional for me, because I know what you feel like. You just come out there and reach out to her. And she may not ever be like, oh, mommy, but you never know. She's gonna love you. She's gonna love you. Because you are her mom, and that feeling in here is going to come out.
Okay.
Okay, listen, I'm serious. She's your daughter, and she's got part of you in her, and she's going to love you. You just be honest with her and be straight up with her and talk to her just like you did with me. And she's going to say, Mom, I'm sorry you had to go through all this. She's 15. She's old enough to know what's going on. She's not a baby anymore.
Yeah, that's why I came back, because...
Okay, she's not a baby anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't see my kids for years and years, okay? So I know how this feels. You just be strong and be the mom that you want to be, and you tell her how much you love her. And don't worry about how she feels about it. Just tell her.
Okay.
And just say, call me sometime. We'll go out to lunch sometime. Just make it kind of soft and easy. Don't grab her and everything, and just go up to her and say, hi, honey, I'm your mom, and I haven't seen you because I've been very ill. And tell her how ill you've been, and talk to her. She's 15. I was married and had 2 kids time I was 16. She knows what's happening. She's not a baby. She's a woman now, 15. Nowadays, today especially, this is 2013, she's a woman now at 15. I mean, you got to think about this. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's 1950s when the kid was 15. They were little kids. They're not little kids anymore.
Well, we're very proud of Annie and everything she's
I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her, too.
We're very proud of the the way she's approaching all of this, that she's, you know, doing this, everything that's in the best interest of her little girl. And
Well, that's the best way, yeah.
that's the thing we're just absolutely just thrilled
Isn't
with
it
everything.
wonderful?
Yeah.
Is this wonderful? And you're going to arrange for her to see her, right? Somehow.
Well, that's actually not up to us. That's between her and her daughter. So that's
Well, yeah.
that's yeah.
Well, that definitely has to be between you and her. But
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
they have
you know.
given me, you know, counseling and a family counselor. And so, I mean,
Good.
we're preparing. I mean, when I say we're preparing, like literally preparing in all ways, and they're helping me do this, you know, with
Good.
plenty of support and
Good.
and understanding. I mean, it is a little bit faster than I thought. I was like,
Well-
whoa! I thought level 3, but it's amazing. It's
You know what? She's going to be 20 before you blink your eye.
Yeah.
So get out there and talk to her and just be straight up with her.
yes.
You know, just don't try to hide anything from her. Just tell her how you feel.
I
Because
think
you
we can
are.
now. We're looking
I'm gonna say one of the best things about Annie is how willing she is to share and
That's
be,
right. You just
be
you
open
just-
and help
you
people
just
by sharing.
Show her this. Yeah. Show her how you feel. God love you, Annie. I'm so glad I met you.
It's great to
Thank
meet
you
you.
so much, honey, for sharing your story with me. You're Mark.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, I just started working at Minnesota Adult and Teen Challenge in
Did you?
December, so I'm brand new to the team still.
Okay.
But I have been nothing but blessed to join such a solid team that is really doing a lot for the city and so much more than even the city knows. And there's my perspective. I've not had a serious addiction in my life. However, I do see. I grew up in a wonderful home, and I feel like in a lot of ways
Yeah.
my story has been a story that gives glory to God because
Yeah.
it is a story that has been protected by Him
Right.
and by many of the pressures in today's society. However, as soon as I graduated from Bethel University in 2009, I moved to Dinkytown, and it was that was a transition. That was a transition. No, but it hits you in the face. It's
Yep,
it's
yep.
almost like you know. I don't know. Satan does a good job of just trying to sweep things under the rug
Oh,
and just
yeah.
like, hey, Minneapolis is this great town.
Yeah.
And then it's a scary reality that my generation is going through right now.
Oh, my
the
gosh.
pressures and the drugs and the alcohol that are so seriously in people's faces every day. It's
every
very
day.
hard.
Every day it's put in your face.
And it's something that also it's clear by Annie's story that it's not just affecting one person in the family.
Yeah, affects the
It
whole
affects
family.
the whole family. And
Affects the neighborhood.
yeah,
Affects everybody.
yep. So
We know that if someone in everyone's life is affected by drugs and alcohol, and so we want people, if you or someone you love need help, don't hesitate to call us. So again,
Right.
612-FREEDOM, mntc.org. If you need help or if you know someone who needs help, please don't hesitate. Many times we can talk to someone and it's just informational.
Right.
We can also get that right to admissions, so it
That's
can
right.
it can go very quickly, but it can also go at the pace that's not so scary. And
Right.
so
Yeah.
I want people out there to know that just like what Mark has seen in his community, just like what Annie has experienced, and just like what I watched with my students, we know that people are affected by drugs and alcohol.
God, yes.
So
You're affected
please,
badly.
please call today. Call someone, get treatment, get help, and we would love to be part of that solution for people.
Oh, God love you guys. This is the greatest organization there is out there. I just hope everybody realizes that you're there
I hope so too.
because a lot of people don't know it. I mean, they just don't know that there's help there.
And many
They
people,
think Hazelton's the only place to go.
well, many people also don't know that we have a short and a long program. So we
Oh,
offer
do ya?
programming for people on a full range of needs. We
Yeah.
offer prevention services that you're going to hear about later, but we also we want to meet people where they're at. So if they need outpatient services, if they need inpatient
Oh,
services, if
wow.
they need long-term care, we offer anything from a program that's 3 weeks in length to a program that can be up to 3 years if you include some of the programming that comes after the 1-year program. So that's a very long range of
Wow,
services
this
that
is
allows
wonderful.
people many opportunities.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Do you have housing? Are you getting housing? Are you going to try to get housing?
Well, actually, what we
what?
offer is for our residential programs,
Yeah.
which is actually all 500 of the people that we serve. can be in either outpatient or inpatient, but only
Okay.
10% of them are receiving inpatient or outpatient services. Outpatient services is very small.
This is my problem with this whole with all these organizations is that where is the federal government helping support these organizations, your organization? Where is the money? It's going over in some other country, but we're not taking care of our own right here.
Well, what we can tell
know.
you is that the donors in our community, the
Right.
people
Okay.
of Minneapolis and St. Paul and the surrounding areas and,
Okay.
and greater Minnesota
Yep.
are supporting the clients in our program at tremendous levels.
Oh, good.
Most of the
Oh,
funding
good.
in our program comes from private donations.
Right.
Through foundations, through
Right.
private donations, and the people of Minnesota have generously
Oh,
given because
really?
they see the value in a life that needs to be
Oh
restored.
my God, yes.
And they see the beauty that is Annie's heart and
Yes.
and see that amongst all of our clients, and so they're giving generously for the sake of our
good.
people.
Okay,
So
I just want
our people are 90 some percent of them receive services at no cost to them. Many of the clients in our program qualify for some county funding or state funding.
Okay, good.
So there are
Okay, good.
many things that are available.
I was just
to our
wondering,
clients.
you know, because I worry about that
Sure.
because I know a lot of the organizations
Right.
that I have dealt with and talked with is that they need funding they need in-house funding
Right.
for beds. And,
Right.
And there's no, seems like there's no housing for the people to go to.
We also have transitional housing and then aftercare
Okay.
services. So
Okay,
long
that's
after
good.
someone leaves our doors, there's still programming available for them.
Okay.
So they can finish our program, but then remain with us in transitional housing.
Good.
Or in our extended 2-year program that allows people to live in a sober environment while they go to school.
Oh, good. That's great.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good. See, they got all this out there for you guys. This is wonderful.
Those fingers in my head, that sly come hither stare, that strips my conscience bare, it's witchcraft.